All right, then let's go. Alicia here, out for my walk with Reenie, my adorable half schnauzer, half terrier, all Muppet. This is Sustainable Events Dog Walk, a short podcast from Positive Impact Event Consulting, where you can get a quick nugget about sustainability for your events and event business while on a walk with Alicia and her dog Reenie. Sustainability is a big project, but we'll get there together, one little step at a time. Define, greenwashing. Go. Greenwashing. All right, dog, let's walk. Wikipedia. Also known as green sheen, is a form of advertising or marketing spin that deceptively uses green PR and green marketing to persuade the public that an organization's goals, products, or policies are environmentally friendly. Let's see what Cambridge has to say. Come on, walk. Come on, dog, we're making definitions. Behaviors or activities that make people believe that a company is doing more to protect the environment than it really is. Today on Sustainable Events Dog Walk, how to avoid greenwashing. It has long been my hope that the event companies that I work with and associate with do less addressing and conversation around sustainability and less education about sustainability with their marketing and their clients than they do, because they're nervous about greenwashing. I even know through an associate, someone who's writing a book about cancel culture and sustainability. That's my hope. I'm optimistic that it's not merely because they never think about it, but rather that they do think about it and they're nervous to talk about it too much. So today I want to cover a little bit about how to communicate and educate without it being greenwashing and what is acceptable and not acceptable. So as was clearly stated in those definitions, greenwashing is all about bringing up the subject either while actively deceiving people or while vaguely or conveniently misrepresenting the truth. This is something that is most intensely seen in companies that are at the major multinational scale. For instance, British Petroleum rebranding as BP and then choosing a green leaf as their logo. Come on, dog. And then talking incessantly about how what they really care about is electric revolution and electric cars, which, on some level may be true, but it's very hard to endorse a company who says, we actively pump oil from the ground because we believe in electric cars. And honestly, since we're on a tangent already, I think it probably is smart of BP and Shell to be rebranding to include the electric vehicle market, because otherwise, hopefully, their market will die. So we'll see. When it comes to your events, what I would perceive as greenwashing are things like talking about accessibility or inclusivity without having concrete actions being taken. It would be things like promoting how recyclable or compostable the products that you're using are, but not discussing or including or taking action on recycling or composting said materials. Another big no-no would be using and talking about a lot of rechargeable or non-electrical supplies and decor or etc. miscellanea, while then also using an AV production company who does not have a shutdown plan and leaves all of your lights and systems and projectors running or on standby or plugged in through the night. If you are trying to promote as a green event, I would even go so far as having driving instructions and parking instructions, but no access to public transit information. Hopefully you're seeing the pattern here. It's about your words aligning with your actions. And the thing about it is you don't have to have perfect actions to be able to include in your marketing material what your sustainable efforts are. Maybe just don't brand yourself as the green fill in the blank or the sustainable whatever, and instead use those as opportunities to discuss and market your event and educate your market. I would go so far as to say the opposite of greenwashing is education. You should have it part of your sustainability plan in your event or in your business to include education about your efforts. Whether that is just letting people know what is happening or what is not happening at your event versus what it was previously or might be elsewhere. We are using reusables, whereas last year we used disposables, that sort of thing. or talking more about, and the reusables company we're using is bold reuse, and here are the secondary advantages of that company. Or here are the secondary damages of disposal and trash. A major part of the Sustainable Development Goals from the UN are about education and getting literacy on the topic to rise universally. Then similarly, if we go over and look at your company marketing, your business communication, a lot of the same things are going to apply. I think it's even more helpful and appropriate for your business marketing to just talk about what you are doing. And from this perspective, it's not greenwashing to talk about your goals. And goals are things that you have not achieved yet. So you might not be on a certain carbon footprint or zero waste or driving all electric. But if that's one of your goals, it is honest and reasonable to share that as part of your marketing and to find aligned clientele who identify with that marketing. If you say, we are a zero waste office, and then someone comes over and you make them a coffee from a Keurig machine, that is obviously a straight up lie and greenwashing. And since we are leaders as business people of our clientele and our partners based on our actions and our intentions, sharing your goals is reasonable and people can support you in those, and you can not always succeed at them, that's acceptable. But if you're stating something as having been done, it very much needs to have been done. Things you can do if you're looking for opportunities to prove that you are a certain type of sustainable business, but for instance, you don't have client exposure yet to be able to post pictures on your website or your Instagram about how inclusivity is important to you, then you can talk about the diversity of different companies that you work with. If you want to talk about accessibility, but you don't have a client who's done something visibly very interesting for accessibility, you can update your website to be more accessible to the public and then promote on your social to say, in the interest of accessibility, we have just taken the time to revamp our website. And that is not greenwashing. And in fact, I would call that education. And the reason I'm giving you this advice is that in addition to putting out into the world information about what you're doing towards sustainability, moving the cultural conversation and people's expectations, I also want you to be able to benefit as a business. And there's nothing wrong with benefiting from the things that you are actually doing better. So I think that there is a little bit of, and the same thing happens for us as individuals, when we do something out of the goodness of our heart, we don't particularly want kudos for it because it makes it feel maybe less authentic and valuable. But creating a little bit of space where you feel like your business can get credit for the good choices that you're making is very wise. And your marketing should talk about all the things that you do well and all of the big efforts that you're making and your big goals and the ways that you're distinct from your neighbors. And undoubtedly, making sustainable actions a priority will make you distinct. So as a business, the likelihood is you don't have so many employees and so many departments that you don't know whether your marketing is true and accurate. So you don't have to worry about greenwashing unless you decide to straight up lie. So that's on you. And hopefully this has given you a bit of a vantage point on how to use communication about your sustainability ethically and confidently. And hopefully it's giving you the feeling that you should do it, because I really think you should. And you are welcome to tag me in the comments whenever you do share about what your efforts are to get some extra spread on your news and your words. And if you have questions or want me to cover a particular topic on the podcast, please go to my Google Forms or my email in the podcast notes, and I would love to get to them. Thanks for joining me on Sustainable Events Dog Walk. I'm Alicia Drewby, founder of Positive Impact Event Consulting, and I want to help you integrate sustainability into your event business so you're ready to make every event you work on more sustainable. See you next time.